I'm looking for it. I don't know where it's going to be. I've got this open here. People are here saying, "Is it here?" People don't know. Like, there's nothing here yet. I don't know where it is. I don't know where it's going to be. So I went to their official site. There's nothing here.
I think I just.
What the fuck? What did I just listen on to?
Yikes.
Oh no,
Yes, let's
Ninja.
not talk about that.
And it's
Let's
that
not-
lady.
Yeah.
He does all that
I
stuff.
haven't even begun to peek. It's coming.
It's coming.
She's in a full suit, isn't she? And it's crazy.
For brand safety.
You
So,
think so?
you're ready.
I'm so ready. Got it. I'm really excited. This is
Pretty
awesome.
bizarre.
Miko, you're awesome. If you actually do want a game, I don't know. I'll follow you on Twitter if I don't already. And then just DM me or anything and we can set something up, okay?
That'd be so cool.
Bye!
Thank you. Streaming time. Okay. Thank you, everybody. Signing off. Goodbye.
Right, I know.
Again, was that too much?
I know some people who have done interviews with her. Oh, hello. Well, that's the stage where they did the PC gaming show. Kind of funny. You're not even kind of funny anymore when you lost Colin.
I did not know.
An ancient horror has awoken from its slumber and is hungry for blood.
Why is your game so
Shall we
dark?
see how many have fallen into shadow?
Satellite sweeps of the war zone have uncovered what
I forgot
appears
that they
to be
published
an
this.
underground storage facility. But I strongly suspect it's where chemical weapons are hidden, so we need to move fast.
It's really dark.
To descend into the unknown alone is extremely brave.
Brave.
Or extremely foolish.
We're gonna sigh out this shit.
Brothers in arms, or will it be a case of each man
All I want to
for
see
himself?
is Elden Ring. I don't care about anything else. I just want Elden Ring. The Souls
You
games have ruined
teeter
other games for
on
me.
the
I
edge
just
of
want
an abyss.
Elden Ring.
Your survival depends on the choices you make. They will be as a compass, guiding you through the unknown.
Where on God's green earth have we
One God's good
What
green earth is
nightmare
that
have
shooting
these
in the
luckless
face.
souls fallen into?
You keep lookout.
Guns.
Look out. Look out for what?
One by one, their lights will be snuffed out. Unless you can find the means to save them.
Isn't this the exact same
Trapped
trailer they
beneath
showed
the
off?
earth, swallowed
Like
We have to move. Let's go.
by the void.
at one of them. I don't know what one. I can't remember
Find
which
the
one.
path to
They all blur into
salvation.
one.
Or be lost in the darkness. Forever.
I will watch Angori Tom and Simon play it. Because they played the last two.
We're here at Supermassive to talk about the next game in the Dark Pictures anthology, House of Ashes. And I'm joined by exec producer Dan. How you doing?
Hello.
Thank you for joining us. Right,
Really cool.
so let's start at the very start. We're going to be talking about House of Ashes for most of the interview, but for those that don't know, tell us about the Dark Pictures anthology.
The Dark Pictures is a
They all end
series
the
of
same way.
narrative, story-driven, branching horror stories. Each one is standalone. They each tell a different story, completely separated from the others, but within the same universe. So there is
Yeah.
connection between them all. House of Ashes is set at the end of the Iraq War in 2003, with links 4,000 years ago that set the story up.
So tell us more about the theme and themes, I suppose, within House of Ashes.
Ashley Tisdale's
It
going
starts
to
off
break
with
out in song.
military unit. They've got some new technology
Like
that
in
can
High School
look for weapons of
Musical.
mass destruction underground. They think they've identified something in the Zagros Mountains in Iraq, and then as part of that, they come into conflict with an Iraqi unit. Then there's a pitched firefight, and then the two groups are plunged underground. There's an earthquake of some sort, and it's revealed that there's a hidden temple underground. You know, these big, massive structures, but these different groups, they're all separated. Radio contact is lost, and they're submerged in this black darkness.
Where on God's green earth have we landed?
And then they're going to start
Dip, dip,
hearing
dip, dip.
things and seeing things, and people are going to start disappearing.
What the just happened?
So this time it's a very real threat.
All of the Dark
Is
Pictures
it
games,
really?
they all pull something from real life or from history, from fact. What's the case with the myth or historical part of House of Ashes?
So we love looking at and reading myths and legends and stories and doing our research, and we know our fans love it as well because there's something that they can link into afterwards, and I love doing that when I'm playing games or watching movies myself. So this one's set 4,000
I actually kind of
years ago.
like
the
these
Akkadian
right
Empire,
until
and this
the
terrible
end
evil
when
that
the twist
we had this
happens, and the
self-proclaimed
twist
God King,
is always the
Naram
same,
Sin.
and it's
he
bullshit.
essentially cursed his people. He sacked this temple and brought famine and devastation to his own people. And so a lot of the history is lost, but we've done a lot of research about it, and then we had a lot of happy accidents that linked into the story we wanted to tell. And the fun thing for us is we get to do our own take on it. We get to twist it, and obviously we've made our own truth from it.
At the end of the sneak peek, the trailer, we saw monsters.
Gargoyles.
Tell us a bit more about what's going on there.
The military unit that you're playing as, they don't really know what they're coming up against. They're not human, they're bigger, they're larger, they're faster.
Gargoyle
the team aren't
vampire
gonna know if
things.
there's one or two of them, or hundreds or thousands of them. And that's kind of the threat with this, they've got guns, maybe they could try and take one of them down. But maybe
Is it
there's
like
another one
Aliens?
around the corner, or maybe there's a group
Is
of
it gonna
them,
be
and
like
maybe they're gonna get
Aliens?
ambushed.
Maybe they're like a cluster.
Exactly,
And
yeah.
they all pop
a
out at
nest,
once.
as it were.
Yeah.
And it's been really fun to work on and see these things move around and how horrific they can be. They're different to us. They perceive the world in a different way. Getting little snippets of it in the darkness, and did I see that? Was it something that moved? Or is it actually just one of the other soldiers that's stuck in the catacombs?
Who's there?
We like to try and misdirect people on things, that did you
Hey,
see
you like
something,
doing
did
that
you
a
not?
lot, don't you?
And that's a great thing within horror, that you think you're going to be scared right now, and we're not going to scare you now. We'll scare you in a minute when
It's
you're not
coming.
expecting it.
It's
Well,
always
now
coming.
you've told me that, I'm going to be expecting
Always.
it.
So should we expect a huge amount of peril in the game?
Definitely. We love to do it. It's fun for us to work on. As horrific as it is, and we know that our fans love it as well. So yeah, there's at least 60 unique deaths, and there's a whole ton of variation on that as well. So Merwin and some of the others, you're going to see different things happening to them depending on how you play it out. Getting ripped and shredded and torn, and
They're like World War
because
II
it's a firefight,
soldiers.
there's going to be bullets flying as well, and all kinds of stuff. And it's not just the deaths; it's the gore that goes along with it, and lots of blood.
Wicked. It sounds absolutely terrifying. I'm in.
The first one actually ended on like a cliffhanger.
It's pretty bad.
What differences have you made or changes have you made to the gameplay and mechanics for House of Ashes?
We're always evolving the Dark Pictures. We listen to a lot of the feedback from our fans, and also our team, what they want to do, how they want to push things forward. So we tried some stuff in Little Hope with more camera control,
it looked
360
pretty cool,
cameras
actually.
for certain parts, and we've really leaned on that again, and it really works well.
I think it looks cool.
In House of Ashes, lots of the game is set
I'm not
going to
play it.
and so these sort of corridors, which are really tight and oppressive.
Creepy.
Yeah, indeed. So we've had to learn, because you take away the fixed cameras, and that takes away some opportunities for horror. But we've had to learn new tricks to scare people and ramp up the tension and the chance for jump scares, which some people love. We've also got a new torch mechanic, so it's military themed. So these guys are going to be walking around with
do you
weapons,
fire the gun
with, torches
ever?
mounted on them. We love the lighting that we do, the sort of really inky black darkness that we have, and sort of the contrast to the bright areas. And so you're going to need to lean on that torch to allow you to see where you're going.
It
What the threat
looks
is,
really
that
cool.
kind
If
of
only
stuff.
it had
We've also
some
done things
gameplay.
like added difficulty settings to this game. So in Little Hope we added QTE warning icons as an example, and we've got some really good positive feedback about that, but also some people want to turn that off. We want to allow you to play the game in your way. So with our accessibility settings and difficulty settings, if you want to have a more casual experience, you can change those settings. Still, most of your characters are going to end up dead, but that's
Spoilers, yeah.
indeed.
No,
That's
they
what we
don't.
come here for. That's
They
okay,
don't.
we can
If
deal
you
with
play
it.
it properly, no one
So
dies,
I've got to
really.
ask, what was it like working with Ashley?
She just
So
kept
Ashley
breaking
was
out in
fantastic.
song.
She researched
We're
Rachel. She
all in
understood her when
this
she came on the set.
together.
It's so refreshing. She knew her inside out. And Rachel is a flawed character, so she brought that through so fantastically. The rest of the cast were fantastic as well.
When we were looking for Joey, Salim helped me.
You didn't tell me this because...
You'd flip your shit.
We want you to connect to these characters and understand them as humans. We want them to seem real because they're real to us. We spend a long time designing them, and I don't mind if you hate any one individual character, because you don't like everyone in real life. But maybe you'll like them when you see the journey they go on.
Maybe you'll like them once they're dead and you feel bad about it.
and you feel bad about it, definitely.
Yeah.
But also we want you to save them. We want you to try and save them. We know that some people want to get everyone killed straight away, and that's fine. That's their
That's
playthrough,
cool.
that's what
Yeah.
they want to do. But you know, can you get everyone out alive and save as many as you can?
They're so short. They're about
replayability there.
Indeed,
4 or 5 hours long, and they are
So,
like
last
30
question.
quid as well, aren't they?
Favourite scene?
Favourite scenes. So Salim, our Iraqi soldier, and Jason Kolchak, one of the Marines that's there. There's a way that can play out, and a sort of contest between them, and you can make it go in a number of different ways.
But you're supposed to replay them over and over again to get different
really
outcomes.
emotional. Seeing them film it, I was lucky enough to be there, and then seeing that come through in game, I think we've got something there. I think that's gold. And then, of course, I love scaring people, so I love the jump scares. I love the moments of tension that we bring. We can't hold you in that moment, so we've got some fantastic jokes in there as well to allow you to relax for a moment before we scare you again.
To take your mind off the imminent threat. I like that. Dan, thank you so much. This has been really cool to talk about, and I'm sure, you know, I'm excited and terrified in equal part, and everyone else is just excited, I'm sure of it.
And it's been a real pleasure to speak to you, and I can't wait to get it into people's hands.
It's going to happen.
I'm excited to watch people play it. Oh, fuck off. You can't have a crazy collector's edition for that.
Before we dive in the House of Ashes, see how scared
Where-
you got. Of course, we want
where's
to
the
thank
actual-
Razer for being
where's
one
the
of the
show?
E3 2021
Where's the
sponsors,
show?
Of course, giving us these tired old blades nobody cares about. But this Blade 14 RTX 3080. built
Where's
by
the
hand,
actual
of
show?
course, the Razer
I'm
chair.
taking that.
Thank you so much. No, I'm taking that.
Okay, we'll fight.
Okay, well,
We've done it before.
you know what? I'll take the hand-me-down.
Are they late?
I'll be little brother. I'll take the outdated. Nobody wants these anymore, right? Doesn't worry. Golden Boy, you just saw the Dark Pictures anthology.
Yeah.
Your first glimpse of it. We have some reactions from you. Is
Oh,
what
you
they,
do?
They were recording you. They said you were a little scared, not terrified.
Not terrified.
This is it.
Because you know, it was
This is
just
it.
a normal.
You're a gamer.
trailer,
What are
which
you
is
looking
fine.
at?
And
Yeah, this
there's
is
my
it.
face.
You're unsettled for sure.
Yeah.
This is it.
No, you don't
This
like
is
that.
the actual
Yeah,
stream.
don't like that.
No.
Not a fan of that one either. Nope.
Nope.
Yeah, I think that was one of the jump scares in the trailer.
What?
I got the willies there at the end too.
But-
yeah. I am not crazy
Eurogamer.
about horror.
Okay.
I
Save
was
me.
actually talking
I'm gonna watch
to-
Eurogamer
It
watch
really,
it.
really is. I'll keep an eye on it in the background, but I've just brought it back to schedule for the moment.
Well, exactly.
Wow, like I don't know. I think it could have been an email or a tweet. Is kind of how I'm feeling right
Was
now.
that
Like,
it?
I
No
get,
fucking way.
I do understand that they can't. There was a huge there was huge roadblocks in what everyone had to do this year. But at the same time, you didn't have to do it. You know, like
just say that you don't. Just say that. Just say no. Just don't do it.
Say no.
It just feels like like exactly what you said, Ian, earlier. Like they were scrabbling to try and actually present something, but I think people tend to respond better when
That
there's
was
a
it.
showcase or
That
a
was
state of
it.
play or something, regardless of who the
That
publisher is.
was it.
When it happens and it's like full of stuff that you really want to know about. Like I think it cultivates a better relationship between the publishers and between their audience, rather than it being fuck, we've got to find like 20 minutes of stuff. Let's just chuck in some House of Ashes. Like
What we saw there was basically exactly what I would have seen, or what either of us would have seen if we'd have gone to a House of Ashes press event. We'd have sat there, watched that video, got our hands on with the game, and then we'd have come
I really
back
like
and
Eurogamer.
we probably would have gotten some capture as well. To be
Where's
fair,
Elden Ring?
which would have been better. Yeah. But I don't know, like I just feel like
Would you-
it's as you say, like
would
to
you-
have a better relationship
would
with
you-
your fans, with the
would you-
community, with the industry. Everyone's going to walk away from this now, from this whole E3, feeling a little bit disappointed.
Would
And
you-
rather than have
Yeah.
that, maybe everyone should have waited. And I guess
Would
it's
you-
like it's fine for people
Would
like
you-
Xbox and Nintendo and all the rest, who when they stream, people will sit up and listen anyway. It's harder for the smaller developers and publishers who rely on E3 to get eyes on them, but this, I don't know, I feel like this is still just not
It's
really
just,
it's not it.
I feel like we're kind of seeing the death of E3, to be perfectly honest. Like, if anything, this like showing over the last 4 days has proved that
I told you,
it's better to wait until you've got
E3
stuff
is
to show
irrelevant.
off, to, like as I said earlier,
Yeah.
like to make sure that you have a good relationship with your viewers, and also because like it must be so stressful behind the scenes to have to come up with stuff so quickly. So surely you want to give your developers time to like actually showcase something rather
That was
than
it. That was it.
rush for a obligatory
trust Eurogamer because
showing
they've got
over
the
4 days
inside
in June. I
knowledge.
just feel like E3 is going to become less and less relevant as time goes on because anyone can stream now.
See?
So you don't
Zoe
need to have an
knows.
event to
Zoe's
do it.
on
And
it.
part of me, I do agree with you in a sense, but a part of me hopes that it's not true for a couple of reasons. One, I like that there is a focal point in the year.
I think it's
for
bad
games
to
and
do everything in
people
one
in the
go.
industry
I
and
think it
people who love
fatigues
games to all
people.
come together
Me.
and just make an event out of it. Like I like E3 because
By the end of it, I'm just like,
and
kill
I like
me.
Gamescom for the same
I've
reason.
seen
like,
300
that it's a week
games.
where we can just
I
get
don't
excited
know.
about games.
And they're all
It changes
got
up our
pixel
regular
art.
schedule.
I don't know what's what.
It means that like you get a vibe, you get a buzz from like, oh, did you hear about this? Or and the fact that everyone's watching it together and getting together and talking
Yeah, it used
about
to be
it afterwards. I
exciting,
like
but it's
that
not.
a lot.
I just don't
That
think it's
said,
exciting
I do
anymore.
actually quite like this digital aspect where if we can't be there in person, it's at least it feels better for us as well to be able to stream our reactions to it.
I think it's exciting
together and just
having
at
the
least
audience.
have that to fall back
Like
on.
having
if we
the
can't do
audience,
demos.
it
What I
gives
would
it a
like
much
to see is
more,
if we're gonna
much more
continue in a digital
atmosphere.
vein, more demos would make a huge difference.
Oh
I
my
think.
god. There is a great video on our channel that Aoife made explaining why demos are so great for the horror genre, which you should absolutely check out. But I think it goes for most games. Like,
can't believe it.
Do you not want to know what a game is like before you buy it? Because I
Exactly.
certainly do. Like, I just feel like they're a really kind
Eurogamer are
of
good
easy
'cause they're
way
kind
to get
of
people
like-
on board when you can't go to in-person events like this to play it for yourself. You can just download it and then give it a go. And then see whether
They're
it's
not
yours
like
or not.
super hardcore.
It's just
They're
something.
just kind of like
again, it's
normal
something
people.
to make people
They're
feel
kind of like
involved as well.
gaming
like
for normal people.
to make E3 more of an event. If it's not going to be a physical thing, because like there are a few things.
And they're quite good at
that sort
games.
of
Journalists that are good
compare
at
to
games,
walking around
unbelievable.
physical E3. It's a really exciting time.
Like I
You know,
watched them
it's
play
all
Demon
about
Souls,
music, you see people
and
getting
they were pretty.
excited.
They bossed
feels,
it pretty quickly.
It feels like a celebration of games, and doing this
I can't believe it.
while it is
I
great.
can't fucking believe it.
Turn into a very attractive protagonist, and then I
I'd
could
rather
probably
watch
possess
Eurogamer than these guys. I tell you that. I can't believe it. Let's watch this again. Hey, look at this. Elden Ring gameplay. Oh my god, it's so good. It's so good. Can't wait. But this isn't even game. I hate that they call this gameplay trailer because it's not gameplay. Gameplay is when you see it behind the camera, behind the character with UI. You know, this isn't gameplay. I mean, that looks ridiculous.
Guided by grace,
The Tree of Life.
once lost.
The person speaking sounds like the Monumental from Demon Souls.
To its core.
I know it's not the actual Monumental, but they probably just reused the voice actor. I like that you can call the horse on any time. That's good. Instead of having to like, and then wait for it to come up to you and then jump on it. Looks like it's going to be just big open areas. More horse combat. Hello, Step. These are the best enemies in the game already. Look. Pots with arms and legs.
In search of the Elden Ring.
The Elden Ring. One ring to rule them all.
By the flame of ambition.
I don't think they should stream, like the stream quality is not good enough either. Like it's so much better to look at the actual gameplay stuff afterwards because it looks so much better, because the stream, it just looks shit on the stream. You've seen a Rule 34 version of the pot already. Oh dear. So it looks like there's blocking but like no shield. Like the sword can just block without a shield.
And they will die.
Woo!
In an unending curse.
That looks like Sekiro.
In an unending
It looks like the movement system's going to be more like Sekiro, really.
curse.
Woo! See, it's got online, it's got multiplayer, but are those... Because it kind of reminds me of like the pawn system from Dragon's Dogma, just how you spawn two of them immediately right there. Dragons. Maybe the dragons will be good in this game.
For how else is a champion
I mean, it looks like a Souls game.
to be born?
But I'm happy. I want to play it. I will play it.
Playing as a lord,
I hope there's lots of armor, lots of different weapons.
command thee.
I hope it's unique enough. You know, I hope it's not like, oh, here's a boss. It's clearly a boss that copies the same mechanics from like other Souls games, because they do that a lot. They have this boss in Bloodborne that's basically the Tower Knight from Demon Souls. Like so many, they've just started to reuse so many of the boss mechanics now. So I hope like the enemies are completely unique, the bosses are completely unique. Yeah, George R.R. Martin is writing on it. I don't know what he's doing on it. The lore, the story. Ugh, what was that?
Brandish the Elden Ring. For all of us.
I would like From Software to do a different setting though, because if we still got another kind of medieval fantasy setting, like go sci-fi or something with it would be cool. I saw like a hand, a really fast-moving hand. It freaked me out. Like that. Oh, that's horrible. I don't like that. Let's slow it down. Playback speed half. Whoa, look at that. Ah! I don't like that. Ah! Whoa. Like I can't, like, I'm just not one of those people who can get super hyped until I see an actual proper gameplay demo. Like, and I don't even then, I still don't get proper excited until like a couple days before it comes out, you know. You got a hot head. You're a hot head. Look at that huge. That looks like Shadow of the Colossus, like that. Maybe they can go big with it, like super big bosses, because so many of the bosses are just, I'm a man in armor, but slightly bigger than you. But now maybe they can go super big with it. And when they do, and when they have gone super big with it, the rooms have never been big enough, so you just spend half your time looking at the wall because the camera's not good enough. The magic looks cool. I think the magic has always been the weakest part because it just doesn't feel great. Like, it's more powerful. It's really powerful. And it can be really powerful, but it doesn't feel powerful. Like I said, they need to make it feel powerful. And it does look more powerful here. Or like the claws. You know they're going to put the Moonlight Greatsword in the game. I mean, like the claws are in like Dark Souls and all that. I mean, the horse could really change it. Hopefully. Maybe there'll be a boss battle on a horse. That'd be cool. Like with Shadow Colossus, you need the horse for some of them. I don't know. I hope it's not just, because a lot of the bosses in the later Souls games are just, here's a really hard boss, roll at the right time, attack at the right time. I want more bosses where we have to think, and less you have to be really good at the game. I like overcoming a thought process, you know. Like in Demon Souls, most of the bosses you have to actually figure out how to fight it. You don't just immediately start rolling and whacking it. You have to think. And I like that. So I hope there are more bosses like that. More puzzly bosses. And I hope it's not just, it's really hard. Because I don't play the Souls games for that. Like, to me, this isn't gameplay. This is like looking at a photo mode as someone's playing. Like, that's gameplay there, just without the, you know, the UI off. That's why people play them. I don't play them for them being hard. I play them because I love the world. I love all the armor. I love the design of the bosses. I love exploring the worlds, you know, meeting weird, quirky characters, you know. I don't actually enjoy slamming my head against the boss for 5 hours. You know, I like I love that they got such huge replayability. Because you can do so many different builds, and you can just, I'm gonna play through the game wearing this armor and using this weapon this time, or... But this could be a much bigger experience. It could be less replayable because it looks bigger. Like, it could just be a much bigger game. You didn't miss anything. They didn't have anything. There was no showcase. I'm not even joking. There was no showcase. They didn't show anything. They had no showcase. I'm not joking. They didn't have a showcase. I'm not even being hyperbolic. They didn't have a showcase. So I'm just looking at the Elden Ring gameplay that they showed off a few days ago. Just going through it. Kind of slowly. I'm surprised they didn't upload it. I'm surprised they didn't upload it in 4K. Is it coming out on current gen as well? I think it is, isn't it? Or last gen, current gen, whatever you want to call it. He kind of looks like he's like the gatekeeper to get into the castle. You can see like the castle in the background. He might be like the boss, the gatekeeper boss, because you can see the fog. The fog, it is a dark fog now, with a yellowy musk at the bottom. No, they showed, Lex, they didn't have a showcase. I'm not joking. I'm not cappering. They didn't have a showcase. They had nothing. I don't joke. I'm serious. Well, it's probably been designed with the PS4 in mind and the Xbox One. They showed some House of Ashes, yeah. But they showed the same trailer from the House of Ashes that they showed off at one of the other showcases, and they had a developer interview, and that was it. That was it. They got like a box, Pandora's box, to summon people. Woo! I mean, most of it looks outside, to be fair. Who knows if this is just like the first area and there's tons more? Who knows? You never know. Like, I don't know if it's going to be like you go to distant lands or you just stay in this one kind of area. Whoa. Yeah, it looks like, I mean, you're fighting that dragon. Either you're fighting the dragon while on the horse, or you're just running away from it. Could be more like set piecey, could be more set piece stuff. Because in Sekiro, they kind of did some more set piecey stuff with like the huge snake was kind of more of like a set piece. It wasn't really a boss. It was kind of a stealth set piece, and that was really cool. So maybe they could do some more stuff to separate it from the other games. But it's not a huge amount really here. I mean, that looks huge. I mean, can you go in the fog? Is there like an invisible wall there? I don't know. That's why I wish we had some gameplay. Proper gameplay. Is it just going to be kind of a grassy area with some castles in the background? Is there going to be more variety than that? I mean, it could be like literally like Shadow of the Colossus, where you have like a hub and you go off to like certain parts of the world to do stuff on horseback. But it's all just speculation. I mean, the game's out pretty. The game's not. It's not a million miles away. You know, it's like 6 months away, really. So it's pretty close. So, I mean, look, you've got this underground area. Indiana Jones, Assassin's Creed. The pots. Is that pot bigger than that pot? Or is it an illusion? Is that mummy pot? And that's child pot? All the pots. Hopefully darkness is used more. Like, because I actually really like using a torch to light up areas. So it'd be cool if there was more dark, actually properly dark areas. It says PS5 and PS4. It's going to come to PC, and I'm guessing it's coming to the Xboxes. Yeah, he's like the gatekeeper. Comes down to stop you from entering. You can't come in here. You don't have an invitation. You're wearing trainers. Get out. I mean, all like the big panning shots they've shown off, they all look like they're in different areas. Like that is different to that, to that, to me, to you. Who knows? But if you make it really open world, you've got to balance it around that, surely. Because otherwise people can really get lost and go to the wrong area first and get fucking destroyed. That happened in Dark Souls. People would go down into the catacombs first and get destroyed. But it took like 2 seconds to get back out and back up. But with this, you could go down the wrong place and be stuck there for hours. If it's huge. Who knows? Who knows? I wish they did like an actual... When they first announced Dark Souls 2, they did all that gameplay stuff. Obviously, that was all bullshit. And, but I would like an actual one of them again. Only this time with actual real gameplay. Because I enjoyed that. Reveal. This. Like, I'd like something like this again, but obviously with it being real and not all fake. and a smoke screen. Like with the actual developers. Because I like that. Like, yeah, instead of having like developer interviews, have a developer interview while they're playing the game. Is that really that hard? I mean... Ooh, crikey. I mean, they had nothing. I mean, you can't even find the actual showcase because there was no showcase. You can't even find it. God damn it. I can't even find their actual site anymore. As a streamer, well, they don't have to play it. Like, they could have someone else on the development team playing it while they talk about it as well. You can have two. There's more than one developer making a game. Like, so what you had was, you had this. This was the showcase.
Thanks for watching, everyone.
This was the entire showcase. This. House of Ashes, The trailer we've already seen, and then a developer interview, and that was it.
Definitely.
That was it.
You know, it's fun. The jump.
And then please pre-order our game. What about the previous stuff? No, this is just like, this is IGN just talking about old stuff, other stuff.
Casey,
Look, they were expecting. Everyone was expecting an actual showcase. Everyone was expecting a showcase. That's not a showcase. A showcase has more than one thing in it. My God. Imagine scheduling a portion of E3 just to show one game exactly. This will be forever remembered as the worst E3 in history. It was worse than last year. And it wasn't even on last year. It was better last year. Nothing. A black screen was better last year.